What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a super exciting Liverpool transfer news video, and it looks like that Liverpool are closing in on signing Kubo, the 23-year-old brilliant winger from La Liga. He was player of the season at Real Sociedad recently, and Wataru, his Japanese fellow teammate, has provided and dropped a huge hint on Liverpool really closing in and getting near the final stages of an agreement with Kubo. So Wataru may have just dropped a huge transfer hint. That's what Japanese media is reporting, because Japanese media has been, on top of this story. Of course, it isn't coming from Liverpool-based journalists because they want to keep their cards close to their chest, and Liverpool aren't briefing Liverpool-based journalists, but Japanese media of course don't have that agenda, and Liverpool have been recently linked very heavily with Kubo. So if you are excited about this transfer, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new around here, and don't forget to turn on the bell notification so you never miss the latest updates around Liverpool FC. Wataru recently spoke with Japanese media, and he talked up the possibility of Kubo joining Liverpool and joining him at Anfield. So Wataru was asked in an interview with Japanese media, would he sign one of his Japanese teammates to Liverpool, and he said maybe Kubo. Liverpool are looking for a replacement for Salah. So that has been confirmed by Wataru. So that's probably going to be a real area for Liverpool to strengthen in the future, and if they think about who can replace him, I think it will be Kubo. Of course, we don't know whether that means Salah is not going to stay at Liverpool beyond his current contract, because I still think that Salah is going to get a contract extension offered by Liverpool, but maybe behind the scenes Salah has hinted that he would like to move on either in 1 year or 2 years or 3 years. Either way, it has been confirmed by Wataru that Liverpool are looking for a Salah replacement, and Wataru thinks that that will be Kubo. So that is now the biggest transfer in that we have got from in and around Liverpool FC, and these are of course conflicting reports, because some news outlets and some journalists are saying that an agreement is not really close, but we are still in the negotiation stage. It's of course difficult to exactly gauge how interested Liverpool are in Kubo, but more and more media outlets in Japan are reporting this, and English newspapers have picked up this story. But what is certain is that if Liverpool sign Kubo, he definitely needs to improve his goals and assist numbers, because he only scored 7 goals and got 5 assists last season in 41 games. He passes the eye test, if you know what I mean. He's a very electric, very exciting player who takes on players, and of course Real Sociedad is not as dominant. They are not as dominant as Liverpool, and they don't create as many chances as Liverpool do, but there is real potential in Kubo, and there is possibilities that Kubo will catch fire when he goes to Liverpool, and his numbers will go up. And there is another report that negotiations are in the final stages from Japanese media between Kubo and Liverpool. So according to a report from Sponichi, a Japanese news outlet, negotiations are in the final stages. The article mentions that Liverpool's interest in Kubo is genuine, highlighting their ambition for his skills and potential impact on the team. According to multiple English sources, Kubo's agents are already in place, negotiations are in the final stages, and an agreement could be reached soon. That's what the Japanese media outlet is reporting. So Kubo is 23 years old. He played 30 games in La Liga, 41 games in total, scoring 7 goals and getting 5 assists last season. But 2 seasons ago he got 9 goals and 9 assists, so that's a much more exciting campaign for Kubo. And we can compare actually Salah to Kubo and their metrics, which you will see in the next graphic. So the expected goals for Kubo is just 3.5, and for Salah it's 21.2. So there is a huge difference, a huge gap. A gap almost as big as a Grand Canyon. The non-penalty expected goals also for Salah it's 15.5, and for Kubo it's 3.5. Of course, Salah is one of the most dominant, one of the best wingers in the Premier League, while Kubo is an up-and-coming talent from La Liga, and Real Sociedad, as I said, not as dominant as Liverpool, don't create as many chances. They didn't even finish in the top 4 this season in La Liga. I think they finished in somewhere around 6th place. And here is the chart that you have all been waiting for, comparing Salah with Kubo. And you can see that in some metrics, Salah is much better than Kubo, but in others, like progressive carries, successful take-ons, percentage of area duels won, tackles, interceptions, blocks, clearances. So defensively, Kubo is already doing better than Mo Salah, but in terms of attacking-wise, shot-creating actions, that's actually equal, which is very encouraging. But in terms of assists, non-penalty expected goals, expected assists, and if you add up the two numbers, non-penalty expected goals and expected assists, Salah is head and shoulders above Kubo. And by the way, this is also in terms of percentile against other attacking midfielders and wingers of the top 5 leagues in the last 365 days. As you can see, Salah, when in terms of goal scoring numbers, he's in the top 1 or 2%. But that's actually Kubo in terms of assists and shot creating actions is very high up there, not too far away from Salah. Actually, in shot creating actions, he's even better than Salah. So Kubo is more of a provider than a goal scorer right now. But as I said, he's only 23 years old, so he can vastly improve his numbers. And if the Liverpool data analysis and scouting recruitment team sees real potential in Kubo, then I fully trust them and I fully back them. So right now, Kubo is valued around 50 million euros, and according to Sponici, his release clause is 60 million euros, which Liverpool are prepared to meet. His wages remain undisclosed, so we don't know exactly how much he's earning at Real Sociedad. So it's very difficult to tell what kind of wage packet or wage structure Liverpool will offer to Kubo. He would get somewhere between 200 and 250,000 pounds per week, which would be, a very good wage inside the top 5 earners at Liverpool. So it's a mixed bag. His stats and numbers suggest that he would offer a lot of creativity, a lot of versatility and a lot of excitement into the Liverpool team, but he wouldn't necessarily replace Mo Salah's goals right now. He wouldn't provide enough goal scoring output, but he wouldn't have to start straight away, and that would be, I think, ideal. He could come in and develop behind Mo Salah for 1 year, and maybe next summer, if Salah leaves on a free transfer or if we sign him on a contract extension, then Kubo can stay behind Mo Salah as a backup for 1 or 2 seasons. And when Salah is up to the Africa Cup of Nations, Kubo can slot in and show his talents, and he can play sometimes in the cup games, in some Premier League games when Salah needs a rest. And this transfer analyst says that the physical aspect is worrying because Kubo is not the biggest, not the strongest, and not even the fastest player, but he's very tricky, very versatile, very creative, and he can drop a shoulder. So you saw wingers who succeeded, who weren't the fastest. I mean, Mo Salah is right now not even the fastest winger in the Premier League, and yet he still is excelling. So there are a lot of pros and cons, and Dave Hendrick, who is a football expert as well, he talked about Takafusha Kubo's potential transfer to Liverpool as well, and how Kubo could fit into Liverpool's playing style. And he raises an interesting point. He asks, if Liverpool are willing to pay this type of money for a left-footed right winger, why wouldn't we have bought Michael Olise? Bayern went very quick in the transfer market, and they bought Olise. They saw that he's available. Liverpool, of course, were much slower because we had a new manager, a lot of transition, a lot of new people came into the club, so we didn't have a settled transfer committee in place, a lot of change. So that's why Liverpool have been very slow in the transfer market, but I'm as eager to see some transfer activity from Liverpool as you guys. Liverpool and Fulham are the only 2 teams who still haven't made the transfer, so we better act quick because Liverpool fans are growing restless, me included. And Hendrick said that I wouldn't rule out the possibility of Kubo being a potential target. He's very similar to Harvey Elliott in a lot of ways, but he has some reservations about Kubo. And he also said that Hendrick mentions Ederson of Atalanta. I think he brings a ball-winning aspect to Liverpool's play, and he discussed Ederson in terms of the broader transfer strategy of Liverpool. Ederson has a strength and a power that he could add to Liverpool's midfield that has been lacking for a number of years. And people are getting a little bit lost in the left-back thing by just throwing out names. But yeah, Liverpool are not really looking to sign left-back because Tsimikas 1 year ago signed a new contract and he's still contracted until 2027. Robertson will still be our first choice left back. Even though I would love Liverpool to sign a left back, to maybe upgrade on Robertson, it's not an urgent need. It's much more urgent to sign an attacking winger like Kubo, to sign a defensive midfielder like Ederson. I mean, if Liverpool just signed these two players, Ederson and Kubo, it would cost a combined like £100 million. I think that Liverpool fans would be happy with that transfer window. We don't need to do major surgery like we did have to do last summer. We just need to improve the squad, and I think these two players would definitely improve the Liverpool squad. And Matteo Moretto, who is another journalist, he reacted to the rumors that Liverpool are planning to activate Takefusa Kubo's €60 million release clause. He said Real Sociedad star Kubo was linked with Liverpool during even the winter transfer window, and this week fresh reports have emerged about Liverpool potentially activating his release clause. My information on that is that there is nothing concrete in the works, and I'm not aware of any talks with him over a move either. It's an old topic that has come up again, and from what I've been told in recent hours and in recent days, we should not expect anything imminent for Kubo. But that just means that Matteo Moretto doesn't have any information about this deal. Others might have more information about this deal, so we shouldn't rule out this transfer happening. But some people are saying that Kubo is on the verge of exploding and making higher goal contributions, but others are saying that maybe we should wait a little bit more to see more from Takefusa Kubo. So it's not a transfer that 100% nailed on will be a success if it goes through. Even though Kubo was born and raised in Japan, Kubo has spent most of his career in Spain. He spent 4 years of his youth in Barcelona's fabled La Masia setup, but Barcelona actually broke FIFA regulations by signing him, so he had to be returned to Japan to continue his development. Kubo was snapped up by Tokyo FC, and then he had a loan spell at Yokohama, and then he was signed by Real Madrid, but Real Madrid loaned him out to Mallorca, Getafe and Villarreal, and he never broke through in the Real Madrid team, and in the end he was signed up by Real Sociedad 2 seasons ago, and as I said, 2 seasons ago he scored 9 goals and 9 assists. Last season 7 goals and 5 assists. So those are not outstanding, amazing numbers, but still it's pretty decent for a 21, 22-year-old winger playing in one of the hottest leagues in the world, in La Liga. The big gaping hole that Liverpool have in their squad is that Liverpool don't have an out-and-out right winger behind Mo Salah. So whenever Salah is out, either he's injured, he goes to the Copa America, Liverpool's attacking potential is diminished significantly because they don't have a player who can just slot in and play similarly to Mo Salah. We have Dominic Szoboszlai who could maybe play there, but he doesn't have the real pace, just like Harvey Elliott, who could also play at the right winger spot, but he doesn't really have real pace to play there. Fabio Carvalho, I think we could try him there, but he's not really an out-and-out winger. He's more of a number 10, an attacking midfielder, or he loves to play on the left wing as well. But Kubo is an exceptional dribbler and someone incredibly motivated to attack opposition fullbacks. And because he has a low center of gravity, it's very difficult to stop him. And he also has pretty electric speed and fantastic agility. He was ranked in the top 5% of attacking midfielders and wingers in La Liga for progressive carries and top 2% for carries into the penalty area. So he loves to get the ball and drive at people and drive into the penalty area. Of course, Kubo also managed to an average of 2.3 successful take-ons and 28 touches in the final third every match. So as I said, he doesn't have a problem with that. He has a problem maybe with putting the ball in the back of the net. But if he can provide like 10 assists to his teammates and maybe score 5 to 8 goals in his first season, I don't think that would be too bad of a season. And his former manager, Real Madrid boss Zinedine Zidane, was an admirer of Kubo. I think he's having a good season. He said when he was on loan at Mallorca, he's playing a lot. That's what we all wanted. He's a very interesting player for the present and for the future. He is doing well and I'm happy for that. Kubo is very focused, very professional. That's what his Mallorca chief Maheta Malongo said about him. That's also down to his family. They are very humble, hardworking. His talent is obvious. But the reason why he will one day be a football superstar is his head. He sees things that other people don't see. The ability to see a pass, pick a long ball. His intelligence is outstanding. He's very skilled technically, but also very brave. He's not scared of the ball and taking on responsibility. So there you have it. These are the words of his former managers talking about Takefusha Kubo. So I think that would be a really exciting transfer if Liverpool could pull this off. I provided as much information as I can about this deal for you guys, so I hope that you guys appreciate it. Have a lovely day. Thanks for watching. See you later guys. Good day.